Hello everyone. My name is Heather Aston, and this is my channel, TT's Trinkets and Treasures. If this is the first time you've stumbled upon one of my videos in this little corner of the World Wide Web we know as YouTube, welcome. I'm so happy you're here. Sorry if I seem a little out of sorts. For some reason, my computer wasn't acknowledging my camera, so I literally had to use two adapters, one for the USB to C and one for the C to USB, to get them to work, but that is why you see more cords than normal. Let me try to get that fixed. Just a second. See, I don't think that's not big enough. Gotta pull out the big hair tie so that you guys don't have to see that. But I apologize. And then it won't put up my screen and I don't know why. There it goes. Now it did it. Don't know why there's a line across the middle of it, but this is the fourth video in the 2 months, one collection video series that I'm doing. And this is why I say entertaining enough, because it's oftentimes a never-ending blooper reel around here. But I appreciate you guys all being here. If you're a returning viewer, love you all. You truly are my treasures, and I'm happy that you're here. If any of you wouldn't mind hitting that like button, and then after the video, maybe leave me a comment, letting me know what you thought of today's show, or if there's something you want to see in the future. There's one thing I need to clarify. During Rosanna's video, somebody commented that someone else was live, and I said that she'd been going live at the same time as me on Mondays and Fridays. I need to clarify. She's not often going at the exact same time. She typically goes on 15 minutes to 30 minutes in advance as mine, but her videos last well into my video time. So, and it's not my time. Anybody can do it. But I wanted to clarify that so it didn't seem like I was being dramatic or anything. She goes on like 15 to 30 minutes ahead of time. So, it has lowered my viewership, and there's just some stuff going on behind the scenes that I'm so glad we don't have in our own little community here, where we celebrate and value each and every single member and try to be as respectful as we can. And Tina, there is no reason to apologize. Let me go into see and say hello. Hello, Lynn. Yeah, you there too? Exactly, that's happening. Hello, Lynn. Hello, Tina. Hello, Leah. You didn't upset me. I promise. You did not upset me in any way, shape, or form. I'm fine. I've known about it. It's been going on for a couple of weeks now, so there are some loyalty tests that are being asked of people where I'm concerned. But that's for each of you to make your own decision. But we're here. So we are going to continue design video 4. I do have my other 2 orders from Bead Box Bargains, but one of them is going to Leah, as she won the extra one that I had originally purchased in case Rosanna didn't get a chance to, because she was at the hospital with Steve, who I hear is doing better. And if you listen, I know you love us. I appreciate it. What's it called? If you listen to the end of the video, you hear Steve asking, okay, are we going to the doctor, hun? Which I thought was sweet as, or my love is what he said, which was so cute. Okay, really? Sometimes the only thing I can find is scissors, and other times, oh, let me see if I get it started with the pear jump cutters, if it'll open. USPS does not play around with their packaging. FYI, if you have never shipped from USPS, you can set up a business account, and it saves you money. Like sometimes it's more than double if you send it through USPS, and then if you order shipping materials from them, they're free. They'll send you all the boxes and bags and whatever there is. This is, yes, this one is Leah's. And I might even leave a couple of the extra vines that I ordered in there for you, my love. Okay. This is the other one, and I'm only opening this because I'm going to show you, it has what I need to do a certain project. I did not turn my phone off. Cindy is still blocked. Love, I'm so sorry. I'm going to try to figure that out. I don't know why that is happening. I went and I checked on all of my Google accounts. I will do so again to make sure. Let me just check real quick. Hold on. Okay, let's go to Gmail. Let me see, because it would have to be on my TT's Trinkets and Treasures account. So let me see if I can go to like manage account and see if I can see if that's where you're blocked. I don't understand why just your comments are blocked, but you can see my video. But okay, I'm gonna go prompts, your devices. I'm trying to see what's going on here. Passwords, security codes, got all of those. I'm trying to figure out what exactly happened. I don't know. I'll try to figure it out after this. I'm so sorry that that is happening. Hello, Brandy. You use Shippo? I'd be interested to like put in the packaging dimensions that you have and see if it's similar or cheaper. Cindy, I will look into that. I don't know what, she doesn't know what she did. Otherwise, I would know how to fix it. And I know that she was able to fix it last time, but she didn't this time. So I know she's getting ready for her surgery in 2 days, which will be good because she needs it. Okay, so let me, I thought I was down on my mat. It almost showed the coupon code. Okay, so here's the other companion bundle. Okay, let's go down to my mat and I will show you everything that I got in this little order, and then we will go on. So, of course, I got a card and a thank you, and ooh, I got some faceted coins. I wonder if those are yellow jade or if they're calcite or quartz, one or the other. Oh, did you? That's cool. Yeah, I got the ones I didn't do the expedited shipping on. Those are so pretty. I got both of them today. Why I didn't get them on Saturday, I don't know, but I didn't. So, now we're going to open my order that has all. This also has the, coupon code on it, and I just would rather be safe than sorry. So I'm just going to squiggle it out so that if for some reason my invoice goes under the camera, I'm not putting out the coupon code that they have for subscribers. Okay, so let's see, where do we start? Okay, So this is 4651, and these are the it says teardrop pendants, but it's the fans from the original box. Your girl wants to do some like long dramatic earrings with the two center stones. So, and then the rest of them, I mean, they are less than $1 a pendant. So why wouldn't I? Actually, we'll leave those out because we're going to use those. And then I got some more of the 6mm faceted cherry quartz rounds that have like the shimmer plating to them. I love them. I love the way they look. They're so pretty. It's because of the quality of stuff like this that I'm so picky with AB, because to me, this is gorgeous. I wish that they would just do a shimmer coating rather than doing the AB, but that's me. I know there are a lot of people that love AB, and I save all the outer bags because I already have to use a ton of bags, as does Bargain Bead Box. So, and then we have the Toggle 809, which is 2 of the platinum plated brass leaf toggle clasps. I grabbed 2 more of those because I really like them a lot. A lot. So I got those, and then I got a lot of clasps in this order. So this is Toggle 1206, and it is 35 by 7mm platinum plated brass infinity style double fold over clasp. They are $2.99 before the discount. So these ones are more simple. They don't have the cubic zirconia. I'll be fully transparent. Oftentimes, I take this off and I use it on one item. Because I don't know, the double clasp, like, I can stretch it if I do it. And I happen to have some really nice platinum plated thick oval jump rings that I love. Plus, I have these that are silver plated that are essentially the same thing. They're not as thick, they're not as good of quality. Those are sterling silver plated, not platinum plated as well, but I really like those, so I grabbed 2 of those, and I will turn those into 4. You woke up to a fraud alert. Oh my goodness, I hate that. That's like the worst thing to wake up to. Toggle 931 is 6.5 by 14mm platinum plated brass and cubic zirconia crescent moon clasp with 12.5 by 4.5mm fold over hook. $3.49 before the discount. My goodness, that's a lot of typing. But you'll know what they are. But I really liked these a lot. I thought that they were beautiful. And so I grabbed a couple of those. If they call these toggles, but they're not toggles, guys. These are like fold over clasps. You don't have to worry about having extra weight in order to make sure they don't fall apart. I think they just keep them labeled as such. And then I'll go back through here and I'll mark each individual box and stick them in my little multi-drawer. Pixie, you are not where you're supposed to be. Get the extra clip off of the mat. We're doing something with those, so that's why they're out. But okay, and then we have Toggle 1138, which is 4 sets, and I grabbed 2. 22 by 7mm platinum plated filigree oval fishhook and box clasp. That's $1.98. So for 4 of them that are platinum plated, And that's before the discount. So if you break it down to 50 cents a piece and then you take off 30%, they're 35 cents a piece for a platinum plated clasp. So these, in case you've gotten them and aren't sure how to use them, you actually like have to go, and now I'm not going to be able to do it, watch. Maybe I can. You go through it like that, and then it pushes. Oh, I think I have it the wrong way. I think it has to go this way. And then it pushes inside of that, and then when you're undoing it, you squeeze the sides. I just recently started using those, and I really like them. I wish they were put together, though. So, Shiloh, we are not going to dig during the video. I'll put you out. Side. I don't know. Does anybody have a dog that does that, and do you know why they do it? Yeah, I like the fish box clasp. Yes, your Walmart got hacked. Oh, I know. Oh. Shiloh. Mamas, no. I don't know why that drives me crazy so much, but it does. And then I have Toggle 961, and it is 34 by 15 and a half. No, I didn't do this one. Brass and cubic zirconium bamboo pattern double fold over clasp 309. Again, I grabbed 2 of them, and again, I will likely stretch these, and to be completely honest, oh yeah, maybe not on this one, just because I would totally put this as a focal on a bracelet. That's really pretty. I got 2 of those. That's so pretty. Let me put it up and put my hand behind it so you guys can see it really nicely. So you can see, like, that cubic zirconia, and it's on both sides. That is just... I'm really into simplistic elegance. Things that you wouldn't expect to, like, make something pop, but then they do. That, I like that stuff. That's like my go-to. Okay, I think I have 2 more of the toggles. I have 1183. I had 1138. These are 1183. I grabbed 2 of them. They are approximately 37 by 8 millimeter brass and cubic zirconia doubled over flat box. No, double fold over clasp in silver, $3.19 a piece. So these are just like the other one, except for they have cubic zirconia. So they're a little bit of a step up again. That would be beautiful as a bracelet. Okay, so I've never done a front placing clasp before. So that is something I ordered these to challenge myself to try that, because I've never made one before. Okay, and then, is that all? No, I have one more. Toggle 983, which is 18 by 7 millimeter platinum plated and cubic zirconia fold over clasp. I think this one was just really, and I grabbed 2 of those. These, you guys, can take the place of a wire guardian, because there are, see the little bar in the middle of that? You can, there's also a hole. Here, let me take off the one part. Oh, that one wasn't difficult to open. Okay, so let me see if I can get, so you see how there's that bar across the middle. So you feed your cord up through that and then back down, and then you do a little crimp inside of that, and then put this up against your bead, and instead of having to use a wire guardian, which I'm not a fan of because they are very sharp, and everything else is who nesting. Thank you, Lynn. I appreciate that. Anyway, so if you don't like wire guardians, these are an amazing alternative. And Bargain Bead Box actually has quite a few of these. I think some of my other toggles also have that feature, or the other fold over clasps that are listed as toggles are coded, the little numbers. But I got those. And because all of this was platinum plated, it got to be a little pricier. I did get some 4652. Where are they? Oh, they're listing these as pendants. 4652, 2 pieces of the 18 by 11 millimeter strawberry quartz and platinum plated brass faceted strawberry charms. $3.49 before the discount. Wow. So these are the charms. I think I got more links. I thought these were supposed to be links, but they're not. I must have read that wrong. Oh no, that goes back in here. So I got more of those because I have some earring and like little bracelet ideas I want to do with them. And then I got ear 255, which are platinum plated brass nickel free ear threads. And obviously you need 2. And I know some people have been like, ooh, doesn't that feel weird going into your ear? It's so fine of a chain. It's likely, this is thinner than the ear wires I like to make for myself. I like to use, stop trying to read that, Pixie. I like to use 20 gauge wire, and this is most definitely thinner than 20 gauge wire. So I grabbed 2 of them because my daughter has a few piercings. She has like one right through this part of her ear. Sorry, you can't see that. The little like triangle that kind of sticks out, she has that pierced. She has a bar across the top, and she has multiple piercings down her lobe. We actually got her ears pierced when she was like 3 days old. And then when she started kindergarten, and all of her friends were getting their ears pierced because they were big girls. And in kindergarten now, she was insistent that she needed her ears pierced again. So we took her down and she got her second holes at 5. So, okay, these are finding 4287 and are 2 pieces of 11 by 7.5 millimeter platinum plated brass and cubic zirconia mushroom charms. It was $3.79 for 2 of them before the discount. I'm going to have to order more. My daughter there was this young woman, I was trying to think of the best way, that worked for Jerica when she was the manager of a restaurant up in Flagstaff. And she went to California for the baby shower, came to the baby shower that was here, and she sends little things to squish. And so, yeah. And then I did get some more of these, even though you all know I already ordered a bunch of them. But they're pendant 3650, and it's 2 pieces. They're platinum plated, and they have the red enamel water lily, and I think they're gorgeous, and we're actually going to create with one of them. Those are only $1.79 for 2 pieces. You guys, like, if you need an excuse to place an order, this is a great excuse. So I figured that today, because to be completely honest, I'm still not feeling the greatest, but I got up and started getting ready. because Rosanna wasn't sure that she was going to come on live this morning, and I didn't want you guys to have like a whole morning with nothing to watch. And then she did go live, but I had already gotten ready, so I was like, well, I guess we're going to do that today. But I want to use one of these along with some of those gorgeous cherry red. I'm going back and forth if I should use the quartz or the crystals. The quartz, are they faceted? Yeah, they're faceted. So they'd go with it, but let me see, where are the bright red? Bright red. There they are. And I don't mean bright red. They're like the most beautiful saturated red I've seen. Yeah, it's going to be the crystals because this is kind of a different shade of red, if you see real close. But you put the crystals, Heather, that was smart, next to it, and you can see that they're closer to the color. Though either would work, either or both would work, but I love these crystals so much that I'm just like, we're going to go there. So we're definitely going to use the crystals. I may have to look up more of these if they have more. They did not have them in the box extras the last time I checked, so I'm going to have to go check. And then I thought maybe we would just do some like little earrings or something. I'm trying to decide. There is a little like mushroom right here. I think that's supposed to be a mushroom or a lily pad. I'm not sure. And then there's like a leaf here. I don't think I'm going to paint or use alcohol ink on this one, but I may in the future so that I can bring the beautiful greens that we have into a secondary piece. Although these are sitting here staring at me. No, I just want the red and silver. Okay, so we need some Softflex. I'm going to pull out my garnet because is there a more appropriate color than that for these? I think not. So we're going to grab that out. Or do I want to do it as links? Do I want to do it as links? We'll do this one strong, and then I may do one that is more like, that has links to it. And I'm not going to make the main part of it, like the beaded piece, very big. I'm going to take that back to the, and that's just because I want to hoard these crystals since I haven't seen them up in the box extra. So you started to redo, oh, did you? Well, that's good. Okay, so I don't want to do a lot. So here is our little strand for those. Oh, and FYI, including my companion bundle that was part of this, which at $52.99, I think this was their most expensive one I've seen, at least. It came out to $37.09. So you take that into account, and the fact that almost all of this was platinum plated, plus I got 2 more full fans, which these are $7.99 a piece. my total was $99.38, and then after tax and shipping, my total was $108.42, but I saved $42.54. So Lynn is cut off from ordering anything extra. Aww, I'm sorry, Lynn. Are you saving for something specific that is more worth it than beads? If there's such a thing. No, just kidding. Going to see my grandbaby is more important than beads or legs. So if I had that option, I would do it. Okay. So I'm trying to, do I want to put, I'm thinking that I might do this part like really short, and then maybe I'll just do a couple of these little crystals like in a line so that it kind of leads down to it, since the bottom of the pendant does much the same. So I think we're going to do 3 that way, which I just decided. Like, it wasn't planned that that's what I was going to do. I cleaned all of my oh, I already had my old thing of garnet out. My fluoride's out too. I gotta get better about putting those away. I pulled all of my non-wire stuff out of my wire Lazy Susan, and then at some point put it all back in here. I don't know why. Okay, this is 20 gauge. 20 gauge will work. Alright. I just want like 3 little links above, just to kind of like kind of imitate at the bottom where it goes down. I'm wondering if I should put a little shiny. Are my crystals right here? Because if they are, this might go to like, they are. Oh, I just saw an AB in here. So I have the itty bitties, sorry, that just pulled everything out. I have the itty bitty bicones that I could do. Oh, that's going to be so pretty. Okay, so I think I'm going to do a red. And do I want the itty bitty or do I want to go a little bit bigger? And because it will have the silver in between, it will mimic a silver lined seed bead. But these are Adabel crystals, Austrian crystals, which I love. Love, love, love. They also carry Preciosa and other crystals. I'm not sure what size I'm going to use in the main necklace. But, okay, so don't need... Just let that one bounce right out of my hand. Ugh. I don't know where it went, so. You know. Now, if you don't mind simple loops and or need to use either your one-step looper or eye pins, that's totally fine. This is completely a personal preference for me. So, but to each your own. Like I've said before, I will never say that my way is the right way or the only way. I just say it is right for me, and I'll teach you. Okay, I want my micro round nose pliers because I don't want these holes to be very big. And I'm just going to put my round nose pliers in at an angle. They are not vertical or horizontal. They are kind of at an angle. So I get right into the crook of my bend, and then I push it down, turn my pliers horizontal with the bead mat, and then pull this over. And I like to grab, oh, I just sent crystals flying across my keyboard. Okay, sorry. As you can see, they are messing There is something on my keys. Sorry about that. It just like started going whoop 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 whoop. Oh my gosh, that was funny. Okay. I apologize, you guys. That was a little trippy to say the least. And I still didn't get a good loop because of the way I pulled. But then I'm just going to go around that half turn until it goes back to where the loop started. And I'm going to do that for the other 3 too. Hi, Barbara. We just went over a couple of extras that were in with my BBB, my second BBB companion bundle. And then the third one, Leah won for being on the chat the night that I discussed it. I just had Steve pick a number and then I counted down the comments. And one of her comments in the live chat was the winner. So I'm sending her my third one, because I most certainly do not need 3 plus all the box extras. Okay, and then I'm going to trim those really close. Where did they go? I would be embarrassed to show you guys the state of my mat right now. Oh my gosh, it's ridiculous. Okay, so I'm going to go in. I'm going to trim that as close to the wire as possible. Okay. Then I'm going to put, I cut way too long of wire. I didn't need it nearly this long. I probably could have used one to do all of them, but, and then I'm just going to bend that. Don't go all the way flat because it is a crystal and I don't want to nick off. Oops. And then I'm going to take this 8mm Austrian crystal bicone and do the same thing. And because this is a bicone and the addable bicones come up to the prettiest point, again, I actually put a little bit of space, like a millimeter's worth, but still space there. And then I'm going to direct connect these with each other. Hello, it's so sparkly, I can't find the hole. To each other, but also to the pendant, since the loop on the pendant is facing the quote-unquote wrong way, and I'm doing an odd number of links. This will take us from a loop that looks back at us and turns it sideways. And I am on this kick, and I know I hyperfocus. My daughter said at best I have ADD, but likely, it's probably likely that I do. Because I'm really bad about hyperfocusing on things. Like, I will eat the same snack for like 3 months, and then I'm done with it for a while. I'm just going to go ahead. Oh, don't do that to my wire, please. You just messed up my loop too. I'll fix it in a second. Let's finish wrapping it first. And then I'll go back. I switched pliers. Okay. I just did took the wire around the back of that loop. And I'm going to fix that loop because it kind of got a little bent. Okay, sorry, I know I'm off camera just a second. I kind of need to be because this is a little loop. And I just want to fix it because it's not straight. There we go. I think that's good. And I'm just going to tuck the little bit that's sticking out right there. Okay, so there's the first one. I'm then going to do the crystal next. So we will make our loop first. Very carefully. Pull that loop tight. Open it and connect it to the first red crystal. Close the loop back up. And then very carefully, because that was not the crystal, that was my pliers, but I hate that noise. I feel like it's kind of the jewelry equivalent to like fingernails on the chalkboard. Okay, I'm going to trim that and tuck it very carefully if necessary. Alright, let's see, I think it's okay. And then we're going to take our other red crystal and we'll attach that, and then this can be strung onto our beading wire. And then this is going to be a very short necklace because I have the drop down like that. But it's just going to be the crystal bicones and these crystals. I may or may not put some metal in. Right now I'm leaning more on the no band. I just want, they're such beautiful beads. I would only add something if it added to the beauty of the crystal, not just to have metal. Okay, here we go, here we go. We now have that part done. You could also very easily throw this on an ear wire and have a very dramatic earring. Kind of like a Rosanna, please. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, I don't like that sound at all. Yeah, I watched her watch Cherries for a few months. Wait, what? Accordingly, blah, blah, blah. Rosanna came in just in time, yes. And she'll confirm that I have those bicones are itty bitty, so yes. Yeah, I'm trying to get better about it, but I hadn't picked it out yet. Yes, I think they still have them. I believe they still had them as of Saturday. I have them out because I was going to show you guys a way to stretch this 18 inches much further than if you use the strawberries alone. I'm very glad that they're actually connected and that they're not direct connected. Although, if they had been and you wanted to cut them apart, you could have always just cut off the bottom loop and made that a charm. And that's one of the things I am going to show on how to like extend this. But here's our garnet. So let's go ahead and slide. Rosanna, Steve was such a sweetie. at the end of the message asking if you were gonna go, and called you my love. Oh, I love it. Oh, you can't order anymore? Oh, yeah, those are the itty bitty teeny tiny ones you brought back to me. Yeah. Originally, I sent them to her thinking we might use them for the sun catcher. I have some of the ceiling hooks coming. We're going to test it here before we have one delivered to Jerica, because I would rather test them on other things that aren't those beautiful crystals, so that if they don't hold up, they don't just go crashing. Okay. I think I might actually go back and forth between the itty bitties and the 5mm bicones, because I think that could look really pretty to go back and forth between the two sizes. Especially since I already have them dumped out on my mat. I could have done this one down at the, just at the very top. That might be a secondary necklace because that would be beautiful too. Why did I pick this up? I don't know. I have no idea why I just got it. Okay, so I'm gonna put two of the itty bitties on either side of our pendant. Since we used the red crystal as the last one, come on, can you please cooperate? Not that it matters. And then see, this is where I'm like, okay, do I want to put any silver between these? Or do I just want to, I have some silver plated crimp beads that I could use. I think I might want to use those itty bitty. Or if you have like an off brand of like size 1 crimps, those work just as well. I just need to find where they are. They're at the top of a stack of silver findings. So these won't like make the itty bitty crystals like disappear because they're even smaller than the crystals. Okay, let's see how that works. Steve is bugging me to go to urgent care since your doctor is now retired. Yes, yes, yes. I'm going to agree. Or at a very minimum, you need to, so then I think I want to do a crimp bead on this before I put the first crystal on. And then you need to establish care elsewhere. ASAP, my love. Please, please, please take care of yourself. You are such a wonderful start to my day, as well as the other members within our community, especially now that Randy is on maternity leave. So I generally, yes, I think I do like the silver. Though I'm not sure I like the silver on either side of the, I don't like the silver on either side of the pendant. I liked it when it was just the crystal. So we'll go back to that because that looks better. And then we can decide. This would even be pretty just on a nice chain all by itself, the focal, in my opinion. Anyways. So then if we do silver, and then we go to the, oh, red first, Heather. I have my like wrist rest right there, and it's making it hard for me to pick up the beads on the mat, as is that hole in the mat. It is so hard to find good quality bead mats anymore. That's why we were supposed to make it this weekend, but hubby wasn't feeling good either. So, this is what I'm thinking. Is that you'll have to let me know what you think. Once I'm gonna do a couple repeats on here so you guys can see what it looks like before we figure out how we're gonna proceed. Come on. Be nice to me, please. I'm going to go to this side and go to the same spot that I am on the other side of the pattern. And we'll see what we think. The other thing that it will do is it will stretch my crystals by adding the larger, it'll stretch my red crystals. Because I won't have to use as many as if I just do the itty bitties and the itty bitty crystal bicones and then the red. And like I said, I'm not going to go up very much. Okay, what do we think? Do we like the alternating sizes? Oh, it's going to be so pretty. Turn it the other way so you can see. Oh, sorry, didn't mean to hit that. Oh, it's going to be so dainty and pretty. Oh. I will just remind everybody that anything I make is for sale, unless stated otherwise. And I could make more of these because I ordered a ton of them. I took a leap of faith. Well, two, because I ordered a bunch in the initial. My little puppies. Somebody's dreaming. Oh, Heather, you didn't put the large crystal in. This is a really good example of the fact that you don't always have to do a lot of quote-unquote tricks or have like really like do crazy wire wrapping. I love a good crazy wire wrap, don't get me wrong. I'm just saying this is a good example of how you don't have to go all intricate on every single piece that you make. Sometimes a stringing project will get you a beautiful result. But I get these off of the Adabel store on Amazon. It's ADABELE. I think there's only one L. And they have their crystals, and then they also sell Preciosa and now Swarovski again. But I will buy their Austrian crystals over the other. Okay. Oh, hold on. I need to go grab some tissue because I don't have any in here and my allergies are horrible. So, 1 second. I will be right back. Excuse me. Excuse me. gone for 2 seconds. Dogs, calm down. They're all like right at the door, like, Mom left us in here by herself. Okay, sorry about that. I was doing a lot of sniffling, so I wanted to take care of that. I don't know that I need, oops, that I need to go up much further, but let me do the other side to where I'm at on the pattern on here. I'm going to do one more of the large bicones on the red, and then we will put a clip on it so I don't dump them all off with the strand, which I may or may not have done multiple times on a live video. Okay, to the other side now, and we'll string this up real quick. Oh, thank you. Exactly, you don't have to use every technique, yeah. You don't have to use every tool in your box, that's for sure. Or every crayon. My art teacher used to say you don't have to use every crayon in the box to make a beautiful picture. And I believe I heard that in like kindergarten or first grade, so definitely stuck with me. I'm now wondering, no, it'll be okay. I need to see if they have more of these though, because I just love them. They're so pretty. Like this would literally be the perfect shade of red lipstick for me. It's not like, I don't know, it's just like what in the movie The Women, it's not jungle red. I love that movie. Okay, I need to put one more on either side, and then like I said, I want this to be a shorter necklace because we did do the more like, we did the crystals at the center or above the focal, so if we make it too long, it's just gonna end up in between your bust. And I don't know about the rest of you, but I don't need to give anybody else an extra reason to stare. So I think that's as far as I want to go. I think I'm just going to do the rest in chain, but I'll have enough left over that I can, did I find my silver crimps? I did indeed. Okay. And I'm not going to put a spacer on top. There we go. I am doing good about putting my crimps up there the majority of the time. There have been a couple of times that I forgot. I'm wondering if my soft flex will fit in the itty bittiest links of all time. Where did I put that chain? I had it out on the desk. Oh, it's up here. We could just do this really dainty chain. I just need to make sure that the soft flex can fit through the itty bitty links, because that's going to be the biggest issue and determining factor, because these links are tiny. Let me cut this at an angle real quick. Okay, let's see now. And these silver beads are literally slid on the chain. Like, you can just slide them right off the chain. Oh, I thought I had it. Man. The part I cut is in the last link. It just doesn't want to go all the way through. Oh, man. That's so frustrating. Because that would have been the perfect little chain for this. I have this too, though. That will also be pretty. So we need to measure this. Hi, babe. Oh, guess what, guys? My prior auth that we started working on in January was finally approved this morning. The old MA that was taking care of it no longer works there. So the new MA had it filed and ready to go, and there was an issue on Thursday. For some reason, I wasn't showing up in the insurance database, which was crazy because Steve literally pulled up. We paid a copay, and Steve literally, Quinn, pulled up, and we could see that the claim had already been, or that the invoice was already processing. But I got a phone call first thing the following morning. They said whatever was wrong, it fixed. And then I got a phone call this morning that it had been approved. So I'm very happy because I really hope. But we got it done. I literally was like, oh, she said we could call her back while we were in the office with you. And Dr. Dimple, who I just called Dimple, was like, let's do it. And so we got everything figured out. And it is all good now. You didn't measure this, Heather. I'm like, how much chain do I need? It might help to measure it. Okay. It is at 3.5 inches on either side. Oh, my nose. And it doesn't matter. I can blow it and nothing comes out, and then it starts dripping. Again, 2 seconds later. Hand sanitizer. Oh, I just almost dumped my iced coffee. Babe, I think we're over the hot coffee just in case. Oh no, your hand. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm so excited that it's been approved. So if it's 7 and I only want it to be I need 5 inches of chain on either side. So we will cut it right here. And then put both links on a piece of wire so we can see right where we need to cut the other piece. And I'm cutting at the small little rounds. I need to remember where I bought this chain because I'm almost out. And I have the larger version too. I believe it comes in 3 different sizes. So I'm going to need to get me some. I'm going to go ahead and pull my crimp all the way down to the bottom. Where's my new crimper? I did not put my tools away. I was literally on last night and talked to Leah for a little bit afterwards and then went to bed. Okay, we are going to stick our crimp back through. And because I want this to be like so dainty, I'm gonna pull my loop really tight. So this is Magical Crimper. I did not order this from Beadsmith's store on Amazon. I got this, it came under a generic. I shared it. I still need to put up the dedicated video to it, but I will try to get that done. But this one is even better than the original, in my opinion. So I don't know if they list the patent, because the patent number isn't on. Well, let me make sure that I'm saying that correctly. Let's see. It's actually the exact same patent number, but they're different. You can see that one is nearly half the size of the other as far as width. So what happens on this one, you can see there's that little divot on either side of the pliers, and that's what causes like those little spacer beads that have like a rope around the top and then it kind of bubbles out and then a rope around the bottom. That's what it was always causing for me when I would use the old crimp. So I set out to like compare crimps, and this one came and it's a Beadsmith and it's perfect because there really isn't that divot because there's not enough space. So I don't even need a helper strand. So I'm going to just like squish once. Squish a second time, and I'm already not getting, so like 2 times I get, like a rounder, fatter crimp than the old one. And this is what I tried to achieve with the helper strand. And it actually works on this, and I don't have to do a helper strand. So I can squeeze once, maybe twice, and or twice. It might need a third time every once in a while, maybe if you use a thinner wire, but it's so not necessary for this one. So I'm going, oh, that was smart, Heather. You just moved everything over into a pile, including your other crimp. And in said pile are crimp beads. So there's your other chain. I'll just pull out another one. No reason to make you guys sit here. My hands are gonna get dry if I've got to use hand sanitizer after every time. I literally have Benadryl sitting right here in front of me. So I'm gonna take some more. I'm gonna take some Benadryl. I didn't realize that was right in here. I should have, but. And Benadryl does not put me to sleep. If anything, it does the exact opposite. It like wires me like crazy because my body naturally overproduces histamine. So I'll just all of a sudden have red dots all over my hands and stuff. So I have to take Benadryl to even it back out. But other than bees, I didn't really have a lot of allergies until this past year. Last year I had a little bit, but this year it's been ridiculous. So, just going to put that back on, go back down through my little crimp. Oh, I'm okay. I'm just sniffling a bunch. Okay. So do the same thing over here. You don't have to worry as much about fluidity when you do something short like this, because it's going to stay in place better, but I don't like to leave my beads really tight. So, once, twice, and there was no resistance on the third, and I have a perfect little bead. And then we're just going to finish it off with a clasp, which I will likely use my those are bigger than what I want. That's 22 gauge. Where's the 20 gauge goes? That's 24 gauge. Here it is. Nope, that's 18 gauge. Ding, 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 we have a winner. I want to make some little teeny tiny jump rings that will mimic the small round links on the chain itself. And because of it, I'm going to do something I don't often do, which is use my round nose pliers over my 6-step bail making pliers, and that's just because I wouldn't get small enough jump rings. So these ones might be a bit overboard as far as the tiny factor, but we'll see. Just gonna cut. The only thing I'm worried about is whether or not I just left enough room for the clasp. Oh, I only needed one. Duh, we'll use a bigger jump ring. Yeah, I don't think there's any way that left enough room for the clasp. So I'm going to go up just a tiny bit and cut the one jump ring I need to attach the clasp. I will use a bigger jump ring on the opposite side in order to create something to look at it. I know, Lynn, you're sweetie. Yeah, that's why if anybody ever says, oh, I need a Steve, or no, I put way too much time and effort into getting him where he is right now that I'm not about to let anybody else reap the rewards of my 28 years of hard work. Oh, Heather, it'd be good if you had a clasp out. I really do have to order more of these hearts though, because they're great. I love these little heart lobster clasps, and I'm completely off camera. It's because I have Pixie too far forward. Because I pushed him out of the way last night because I didn't have to use my mat for anything. Let's test our lobster. It works. Where did the little jump ring? There it is. And I will tell you, I have found it much easier to connect on to my necklaces and such if I put the clasp on before I attach the chain than after. And then I can just, don't be difficult or make that yucky metal sound. Okay, that's attached, and now we need a bigger. I also like these hearts because they're not like dinky. Like there's still enough there as far as like those of us that have dexterity issues. Wah, 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 wah. We'll put the jump ring on the other side, and then I wanted to go over, I want to look up what the price of them are real quick, and then I want to just kind of show a couple of examples as far as how I would stretch that string or that chain, the strawberry chain, because like I used the larger crystals to kind of make it so I would have had to use twice as many red crystals. Oops, wrong way. Twice as many red crystals if I hadn't swapped to using the larger bicone every other string. And so this will sit like really close. Had the wrong way. So it should sit, like start right there so that by the end of it, it's not down in your bosom. Okay. Now, when it comes to the strawberry chain, each section was like 18 inches. And I had said that it would make an adorable little purse strap, but my daughter was afraid that she would break it, but I think that the links are actually soldered. So Selena might still get a purse with these little things. Because they're soldered, and I can always direct connect them to the little loops so she can't pull it off. But if you weren't going to use it, I would just literally go through, and I'll probably do so with 22 gauge, so it isn't as thick, but you could just go through and create little links for in between those. And actually, I think the red crystals that were in Randy's Christmas box, of course, now that I want to use them, they are not where they're supposed to be. Oh, nope, maybe not. They might be the wrong color. It's actually not that bad of a difference, because I feel like these ones are a little too dark, but those ones go well. So we'll pull out some of these. These were in Randy's Christmas box this past year. I got more than one, and so I don't know why I took that out. That's way more than we need for a cute little girl's necklace. I'm loving these new curtains. I like them. They slide easier. They're perfect. So you could just make links that you put in between those. How big are those little, they're little loops. I would recommend direct connecting, so I'm going to go ahead and cut some of these little charms off. And if you have some crystals that are this darker green color, you could definitely use them. But I'm going to go ahead and pull in the lighter green from this so that I can use one of my little birds again, and they will match. So, and I'm pretty sure these are just, yeah, these are just Rontel beads. They're not crystals or any kind of a gemstone, but actually, I'm not going to use these. But I have a very good reason for it. Well, maybe. Let me see. Where are the little... Are you... I was going to grab the autumn jasper that was in... I don't think it was the last month's box. I think it was the month before that. And they're like a really pretty pink and yellow. Or you could use these rondelles too. They're a little bit bigger than the green. I know I have the autumn jasper. But I have these light green bicones too. Okay, which are you going to do, Heather? The bicones, the rondelles, or maybe this is where I use these. Because I was going to challenge myself. I'm not the biggest fan of these. That's why only one is de-stranded. But maybe this is the perfect project to use them in. Alright, so let's go ahead and attach this to one of the little strawberries. Close up the loop and hold on to it. I'm just going to do the little turn around the back. And I have found that I have a lot, like when I'm doing direct connects, because I'm not wrapping around 3 times, I remember, oh Heather, you're supposed to be doing this. But what if we just took one of the sparkly reds, a couple of the greens, and another sparkly red, like so, and then bend, and we're going to create another small loop, and connect this to the next strawberry. And I said I was going to challenge myself, so I am, to actually use one of the strands. Leah, the other one's probably coming to you, my love. Because you like the sparkly, right? If not you, then Rosanna. I just have a couple things I have to send you already. And then we'll do the next one. And this is a really good way to stretch, hello, the strawberry chain and use other beads from the box itself, or these came in the companion bundle. And they had quite a few of these in the store. Come on Bead Box Bargains. The last time I looked this weekend. I just completely tried to disable my loop. But I really tried to walk the walk and not just talk the talk, and I tell you guys, I'm glad you're blessed too. Yes, I'm lucky. Men are not perfect, even when they get to the point where they are after 28 years of marriage. But, okay, this doesn't look so bad. But of course, now I'm realizing that I only put 2 rondelles, and I like an odd number. So, I'll go back after the fact and fix that one link. I'm just going to keep going with this. And I will probably do the front of this much the way that I did the last necklace, where like I have one of these just dangling from the center with a strawberry hanging down. That way, or I get out my strawberry charm bundle that I ordered. Oh wait, that's not here. Wait, is that here? No, that one is here. I had something else that's part of the next order. Oh, duh, Heather, you have the blown glass strawberries. I just remembered that. And I haven't used any of them yet. So this would be the perfect piece to do so. I literally, oh, duh, they're supposed to be on top of the crystals. But yeah, we can use one of these as the focal in the middle, and it will look great. I don't remember if I said hello, Linda. If I didn't, hello, Linda. Okay, so we're good there. We need to pull out some more wire so we can make some more links. But this lets you stretch. I'm going to be able to get an 18-inch necklace, and I'm hardly going to have to use very many of these. I might even just go back and forth between the 2 and the 3 rondelles, because I don't really... No, I'm going to redo it. It'll bug me a lot. So I'm just pulling out multiple sections of wire so that I can do this assembly line style. But I am going to fix this one because it will drive me crazy otherwise. Because I like the whole odd number thing. Oops. So, and we're going to do this assembly line style, so it should go much quicker. Especially because I'm using 22 gauge wire, so I can do the little wrap without having to use my pliers. And those, and then these, and I think we're only going to need like 4 for either side, so it should go pretty quickly. It's just the direct connect, and I'm just going to go ahead and do the first little loop. But I'm obviously not connecting them to anything yet. I'm just going to get them all ready for myself. so that I can connect them as I go. That was way too much wire for one of these little things, but it's okay. You could even use copper wire. I know that there's stainless steel loops on them, but I think the copper wire would also look cute and add in a little bit of pink. So we're gonna open this, attach it on, close the loop. And I'm gonna actually go back and cut all of those wires at the same time, because it is truly faster to do it this way. Oh, no. Why did I do? I forgot the sparkle beads. A bad hair day. Like we can tell, Linda. Oh my gosh, you cracked me up. I was so excited to introduce you guys all to her because she is fabulous and I adore her. And I knew all of you would as well. And it was because of your loving welcome last night that she told me afterwards that it actually helped with the anxiety that's kind of been bugging, like making her unsure about doing videos. So that's amazing and makes me very happy. Let's make sure I put the strawberry the right way I did before I go on to the next one. Oh. Excuse you, sir. That is not appropriate behavior around here. But yes, I told you all that I was going to use these AB beads, at least one strand of them. So I just wanted to follow through on that. And I'm glad actually that I remembered and was like, oh, we could do that on these. Just make sure that you are lining up your strawberries so they're all going in the same direction. That's the only thing you want to make sure that you do. Okay. I'm going to go and cut these off now actually because that's driving the nerves in my hands crazy. And I will just tuck in the ends wherever is necessary. After the fact. There we go. Okay. I am very happy that this chain is double-sided though, because I saw something similar, and the strawberries were not double-sided. Like when I go to look for a cute chain for like little kid pieces. So I was very happy that this was two-sided, which I don't understand why you would only do the enamel on one side of a chain, but I'm glad that Lauren once again gave us quality materials. I'm also going to go back and make sure that all of my loops are facing the same way. I'm just not worrying about it right now, but I will in the end. And in fact, I will probably, 1, 2, 3, yeah. I'm thinking 4 of these little strawberries sections on either side. So I'm going to do one more right here. And then, so we should probably figure out what we're doing with this. Okay, I already know I want to pull out some of my alcohol markers because I want to see if I can get, I'll hold off on talking until I'm back up here. I want to see if I can get the green darker, and if not, then I may color some of the leaf bead caps that they gave us. Okay, this one says dark green. This one says deep green. The green just isn't as like apparent to me, so I want it to go really, so this is the deep green, and my markers have 2 sides. They have a chisel tip, and then they also have the brush tip. So see, that's what I was, even though I'm like coloring on it, it's still not very visible, which is sad because there's a lot of detail to these little leaves that I would want everybody to be able to see. But I'm wondering if putting the silver on, you can see it a little bit better now. Maybe I should have used a lighter green and it would have shown more, but that is better than what it was. Let me grab a lighter green and test another one and see if it doesn't pop up more. I want like a grass green or something. Pale green, mint green. What other greens do I have right here? Grass green. One. So let's try the grass green on another one of the strawberries. I set this inside of the Softlex thing. I have this one that's like half a strawberry. It's okay though, because I did get another bundle, so it's fine. I have plenty of them. I have that, and then, oh, that's what happened. So this was the one that I got, that the bottom was like a different color. But yeah. Oh, and your girl found some strawberries that are actually red from the outside all the way to the middle. So my hubby and I are going to be making some strawberry peach jam. We just have to go back and get it. Let me see if you're going to be able to even see this lighter green. This is the grass green one. No, you don't really see it. Okay, let's try the emerald green. I'm going to do it on a second one just so I can see how it looks. I think this is the first one I colored. And this dries very quickly. That's the only reason why I can do this. See, like this leaf goes all the way down there. They're so pretty. They're like, well, they're like indented on the same side. None of them are like perfectly the same length or shape, or they're just really pretty. So I want you to be able to see them. That's more kind of what I like this better than the first one. I feel like the first one, the color is way too dark. But I could also, if I know where it is, pull out my emerald green wire and make some little leaves and or vines. Okay, so far my though is for the emerald green. Where did I put all the leaf bead caps we got? Because we got a bunch of them. I just don't know. Oh wait, I have. Oh no, that's not it. Is this my companion bundle or the original? The original. So I'll just grab some of the leaf beads out. So here's what I was thinking. If we took one of the silver bead caps and put it on, but colored it, and put it on top, maybe it would make the green more visible. Or we also have the little leaf beads, but I see these more for like, and that's because I love your sense of humor. You gotta come on next. We'll have so much fun. Oh, Tina, I'm sorry. I suffer from anxiety too. It's not easy. I see these more for like cherries, personally. Not so much as strawberries. So let me get, I just had the 18 gauge. Our little strawberry has pretty thick. Apparently I started making jump rings and then stopped. That must have been last night or something. Okay. They just need one little section. We're gonna make my little faux ball head pin by just folding this over, grabbing my crimpers. Thank God they have a bright green handle. And I'm going to go just below and squish it in, because I found that that gives me more of like, instead of it just being flat, it becomes a little bit more bulbous. And then I go down to the very last one and again go down and just kind of really squish it in. And then I notch it just a bit so that when I cut off the excess wire here, it's more centered. So let's hope that this will hold our little strawberry on. I think this is the one I just painted. It's not coming off. Even when I tug it, it's not going down any further. I think it will be okay. But what I was thinking is we could then stick a bead on top, and I only stuck this on the wire so that it would stay in place. And if I just kind of offset the leaves from the strawberry itself and the little bead cap, and then colored those in, if it would help to see the other ones. So I'm going to do a little loop, but I'm going to make sure they're where I want them to be before I do the final wire wrap. So that's right where I want them to be. grab my other pliers and just kind of pull that strong. So put them back. They went back a little bit. I think I'll be able to get them back, hopefully. Because right now they're sitting on top of the other leaves, which is not at all what I wanted, but it's okay. Oh no, they're offset. Okay, so I have them secured onto the strawberry. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to grab the emerald green, which was the color I liked best. And then I'm just going to go in with the brush tip and paint those. And hopefully I'm going to do the edges, which you're going to want to if you're... So I think that helps see the other leaves. What do you ladies think? I think that makes the leaves much more, like, visible to me. Hi, gorgeous. I think that makes the green leaves on the lampwork bead, on the lampwork strawberry itself, much more noticeable than when, even after I colored the green, it didn't show as much. Like, and I could even probably go with the deep green on this part because it's got the silver background, so the deep green would but I kind of like that it's a little bit thinner. And then if you did take the 26 gauge wire and create some little vines, that would be really cute too. So that works out good. So we have, I'm going to do one more section, one more beaded section on this side. I want 4, and then I'm going to connect those to the center. That's why I'm doing, I'm purposely making sure that the beaded links are the last thing leading up to the other strawberry. Because sometimes just separating two things of the same-ish color. What did I just do to that? Can I fix it? No, you messed up that loop bad. Then it's not as noticeable that they're not the same color green, is all I was going to say. No, that's not going to be long enough. Oh my goodness. I could have made 2 links out of this amount of wire had I been paying attention. Okay. Wrap my little loop up. And then I'm using those sparklies. Kim, you should be proud of me. I'm using the AB beads like I said I would. I originally pulled out these other red crystals that came in Randy's Christmas box, and then I noticed these, and I switched from those crystals to these, even though they're not really my cup of tea. I do think that they're very cute. I think that they look very cute on this little necklace, which is perfect for a little girl who I'm sure will be obsessed with the sparkle. So it works out. I'm going to take this one up just a little bit further up the barrel so that I have room for the 18 gauge wire. Slide. Oh no, that's not what I'm doing. I wanted to do or do I want to do a white necklace? Do I want to do a white necklace or just put that on? I would either like have a link like that. No, I don't like that. Okay, we're connecting directly. Sorry. I was like, well, we could always, nope. I'm sorry if ever I go so fast you don't see the option that I decided I didn't like before I veto it, but yeah. Ugh. Okay. And like I said, I'll go in at the end and make sure that all of my loops are facing the right way so the strawberries lie nicely. I think that'll be really cute. All right, have fun with your grandbabies. I'm jealous. I need to pull off a piece of 22 gauge wire so that I can do the other wraps. So I need 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3 that I need to do. One that has a loop that's a little bit bigger than the other so that it can connect to that part of the necklace. And I'm testing this to make sure that it's not too much in the loop of the strawberry. I still want it to be able to hang nicely. No, the strawberry's gonna need a bigger hole. Well, maybe not. Let me link this up. We'll put a couple on, and then if it does, we can always connect to the bottom loop when we put the strawberry on a larger thing. But I think this might end up working out. Red sparkle. And I am specifically direct connecting because this is a child's piece. So I wouldn't want to use like, I personally wouldn't use simple loops on a necklace like this for a little kid just because it's going to get tugged at. It's going to get, you know, all the things. So I just wouldn't personally choose to do simple loops. But yes. I used 1, 2, 3, 4 of the strawberries on the other side. This one has a loop on it that doesn't. It's like, no, don't cut me. Three. There we go. Sorry. I want to see just how many like little things I can make using this one piece of 18-inch chain. And I could have also done the whole other side and connected at the end, which you totally could, but I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have to redo this focal here. Yeah, I'm gonna have to. It's too tight. I didn't make the loop big enough, which is fine. So I'll just finish this section of chain and then I'll rewrap that. And I may even put one of the little birdies on top of the berry. Maybe. I don't know. Not 100% sure yet. Do. Did anybody else do anything fun this weekend? I pretty much just finished recouping for the short turnaround trip that we just did to go see my daughter and granddaughter. I was okay like the day after we got back, but then Friday and Saturday it just all kind of hit at once, which was fine. Like I said, she's more than worth it. They just live in a small apartment, so we generally sleep in a hotel when we go to visit. And as I told all of you guys, the one we stayed at had the best accommodations for disabled people than any hotel I've ever stayed at or heard others. I'm going to leave them like a good written review, and then the next time we visit, I'm gonna actually like put together a video review to go up on their Google website, because it was amazing. And it's not just like one disabled, they also have like the special like doorbells for people that are deaf, that are so that a light flashes in their room. Thank you, Leah. I thought you would. Normally when I'm creating, I make sure that all of my loops are the right way as I go. but especially when I'm on a video with something like that entails this much time in order to complete the design, since I did not set up the links in advance. Okay, let's see here. Where is the other one? 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I need one more. Yes. Yeah, one more. And then I need to decide. No, I don't. That's perfect. I don't need to decide anything. I need to redo the focal. And we'll be good to go. Might need a little bit of chain, not much. But you guys know I prefer chain on the back of my neck over beads, and so. Oh, yeah. Yeah. And I am putting these red sparkly beads. They're not necessarily like a full teardrop, but one side is fatter than the other. So I'm putting that on the bottom with the slightly more narrow part facing in towards the green beads. And then I'm doing the opposite of that on the other side. You can see just how many of my supplies are still sitting out. I didn't get to put them away. But I am watching that part of the design because there is a bit of a difference. And then the last little strawberry will get attached. Right here, we will redo the focal really quick. I am glad that we figured out that just by putting those little green leaf bead caps on top of the strawberries painted green help so that you can actually see the green on the beads themselves, because they are beautiful and no two are the same, and that's what makes them beautiful. So 18 gauge wire, you don't need much. Okay, we're just gonna fold this over, grab our crimping pliers, leave just a smidge of the loop sticking out before you squeeze. And you'll see you get a slightly more bulbous like round at the bottom, because there's just that, come on, that itty bitty bit of an opening there, but not enough to not enough that it doesn't work. And then there's that. I think this is it. Uh-oh. Okay, what's on the other side? Oh, that's right. I forgot. It just fits on. So you don't really even see the little bead cap on here. We're going to go ahead and stick our little leaves on, and we will make a larger hole and attach both ends or both sides of the necklace. That'll be much better. So it's not as round as I would like it, so I'm going to go ahead and pull it. There we go. Okay. We're going to open up our loop Why is that? There we go. It wasn't looking right. And we're gonna put one side on. And if it will fit on, I think I might actually put one of the little silver crimp beads that I use. Oops, there's my other silver crimp. In between these, because I know the crystal won't fit in the middle, but it helps separate them when they're hanging. What the heck kind of loop is that, Heather? It's not going to go on there very well if I don't fix it. Okay, that's better. It just helps keep them more separated so they're not like battling. They each have their space. And then we're going to go ahead and close this loop up. But make sure our bead cap is down. There we go. Take the pliers, pull it around. Make sure that our little leaves are offset before I finish wrapping it nice and tight. So they stay like that. And then I'll just grab a little bit of that silver chain that I used on the last one. But like I said, we will maybe need, like, since this is for a child, I don't imagine that we'll need more than, I don't know, let's measure it. I think it's going to be like 2 inches on either side. A little bit more than that. So it's at 6, which is 12. And I want it to be right at like 18 inches. So we need 6 more inches, but the class will take up part of that. So we'll do like 2 inches of chain on either side. Just to kind of even everything out. And then I will use the same clasp that I did because it's a little girl's necklace, so of course. And you'll have that made with love all throughout without having to like say it. Okay, line those up on a piece of wire. Cut right there. This is where those itty bitty jump rings I made are going to come in handy. Because I should be able to attach the chain to the little strawberry leaves with those. Because they're both pretty thin. But if not, I'll just make other little small ones that are just a tad bigger. Put that on. And then that on. Okay. Did I get it all the way closed? No, I did not. There we go. Nope, those are too small. I can't get them closed all the way, so we'll just make a couple that aren't quite that tiny. Where's my little... Because again, this is for a little girl, I'm going to use 18 gauge wire to create the chain. In fact, I might even do my little link. In fact, I'm going to. Then I'm also going to need a couple of jump rings. That I will just do using the first step of my bell making pliers. And yes, I forget that I already have a coil somewhere on my desk. That was actually, but I don't think they were the right size, but still. Okay. So we can attach the chain. Do I want to just do it? I'm trying, I think I want to just do it. I think I want to attach the chain using my same little links, which we can do with 20 gauge wire. We don't have to use 18, but I feel like they'll be a little bit more secure for little ones. Especially if they have sisters, they're going to get little spats and it's going to be, that's my necklace. And they're going to grab at each other, so we might as well just connect them all using my little thing that I learned from Linda, adapted a little bit, maybe didn't, I don't know. So I do it, but I might just do it as a, sorry, my thing came off. Should I just do a figure 8? I might just do it as a figure 8. Sort of thing. Attach it to the last little link. Pull this one around. Okay, and then we can cut that side off. And then I'm gonna put my little needle nose pliers, not much of anything in there, and bend them. And then I'm gonna make a little loop on this end. I'm going to attach the chain. Put your black handled cutters away before you make a mess. I could have even put that second loop further down, but it's fine. I have enough wire to wrap, and then I'm just gonna wrap in the middle until I end up where I cut the other wire. So now this is secure. And is all this necessary? No. Will it set apart your jewelry from others? Yes. And now there's just that little, like, wrapped little link that I use to put it on. Though one of these loops seems to not be, it's not standing up tall, it's kind of bent. There we go. And then we go to the other side. So we just, I'm going to go ahead and fold to all of these, so we don't have to do them each separately. Like so. Open this side. Attach it to our necklace. Close it up and just loop around once. Cut off the excess wire. Attach the other piece of chain. Oh wait, no. What am I doing? Make the little loop again. And if I was gonna connect this directly to like a purse, to be like a purse strap, just the regular chain, which would be absolutely adorable, I would connect it exactly the same way. Oh yeah, a beeping sign. Ours here do the same thing. A long time ago, there was a little boy who went on the Ellen DeGeneres channel. I'm going to pull this tight so that when I wrap it around and it connects with the other side, it fits perfectly. There we go. And he had created an app that was for disabled people that actually like took all of those things and like they were reviewed based on all of that. Like, I'm sorry, but handicap parking, especially for government buildings, suck. I'm just gonna say it as plainly as that. They're often further away, and you have to go up this huge ramp, and it's a mess. But I don't know whatever happened to that. I went looking for it the other day and couldn't find it, so I'm not sure exactly what happened. Okay, I have closed. No, I'll do that on the other side. I was going to say I have closed jump rings, but I don't need closed jump rings if I'm just doing it using this method. It's not necessary. As I will just make a big loop on the second half of it. But yeah, I went looking for an app, and I don't know if I just wasn't searching correctly or whatnot, didn't use the right words. But yeah, okay, and then I'm gonna put that there, bend it over again. only this time I'm going to go pretty far up on my barrels to make a larger loop. And then I will just wind this down until it gets all the way around. And fills in the gap between one side but it still looks very professional because it's clean and the wire ends like meet up with each other. So it's just a really easy way. For adult necklaces, I don't leave this space. I just do the around twice. But this one will make it that much safer for kids. And then I'll do the loop on the other side and we'll attach the clasp. And we shall be done with this. We can make a quick pair of earrings. You could also use this exact same design for a bracelet, only maybe only put like one of the green in the middle. I don't know. You could do it exactly the same as the necklace, obviously, but okay. Wind that around one time. One time. I don't know why, but I did like a deep dive of like the compilation videos for like the various like AG, Arizona's Got Talent, or America's Got Talent, Britain's Got Talent, all of that. And I don't understand why they put American judges with these other countries. It kind of like boggles my mind a bit, but I don't know. A hard clasp, of course. And if you want to put a chain extender on it, you can, and dangle another one of the another one of the little charms at the end of that. But if your goal is to use as few of those as possible, we didn't pre-count them. Probably should do that so that we know exactly how many there were and how many different pieces of jewelry you can make using one 18-inch piece. Okay, get out of the way, Mr. Clasp. Okay, there we go. Trim this, tuck it in cleanly. There we go. And we've got an adorable little necklace for a little girl in your life that would appreciate it. Thank you, Delon. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, I want to see like how far I can stretch this. So let's see here. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 22, 24, 25, 1, 2, 3, 4, 29, 30, so there are 33 on my 18-inch piece of chain. So we're going to play with this and see just how many little pieces. Delon, FYI, I used alcohol ink to paint or to color in these leaves. They weren't popping as much, so I went ahead and added one of the little bead caps on top, and I actually used the exact same color here that I did here, but it kind of helped you see the rest of the leaf because they're very pretty. So here we go, cute little necklace. Pretty happy with it. Like I said, we can very quickly make some very simple earrings just by doing a loop on one end, connecting to the little charm, for both sides. But for the earrings, I'm going to cut off the second loop. And I'll go back and file that later. But because these would be geared more towards children, I don't want to put like a bunch of big dangles on it. I'm just going to put probably one of the greens, the green rondelles, and then the sparkly bead. There we go. Oh no, I messed up my loop. I cut my wire quite like just enough for the loop in one wrap, which wasn't the smartest idea because I didn't give myself any room. And this is 18 gauge wire, and I don't know why I grabbed that, but it'll be super secure. Okay, and hopefully the rondelles will fit on here. That end has a little bit of a bend to it. They do, they do. Just like that. And we'll do a little loop to connect it onto an ear wire. And you can either make your own ear wire or just connect one, but that will use 2 more of the little strawberries. You'd wear it? I would not. My daughter was wearing a strawberry shirt yesterday, so yeah, she would be more than happy to wear it herself. So, but a nice, cute little dangle. You could even just do the sparkly or just do like a 2 or 3 of the rondelles if you didn't want it to dangle this much. But Jerica used to call earrings that dangled. She used to call them, they're my princess earrings. And she loved a good little dangle earring when she was younger. But there's 3 pieces. We started out because I just had to use one of these. So I used the red crystals from the original box, and then I alternated between the 6 and like the 3mm crystals and just left it very simple but like pretty. I kept it short on purpose so that the focal didn't end up, you didn't have to wait to wear it till there was a sweater. It was sweater weather. We'll say that. But I hope that you all have a wonderful rest of your day. I completely forgot that I had talked about using the little green bird, but it's okay. I don't think it needed it. I like the way that it turned out. I'm very happy with it. So I hope that you guys, this has kind of been a nice little start to the week. And we'll see. There will probably be other videos that will pop up because I want to get further into the 2 months 1 collection series. So you'll probably see some of those. But if not, I will see you Wednesday evening. I appreciate you guys all popping in and supporting me. If you wouldn't mind hitting that like button and maybe leave me a comment letting me know what you thought of today's video. If there are any beaded-minded people in your life that aren't already watching me, you wouldn't mind sharing the link to this video, I would be very thankful. Also, if anybody else wants to do a personal shopping with me at Bernie's, it really is a lot of fun being able to just look for what one specific person wants instead of trying to guess that a group of people like what they'll like and not like and having to buy that and then have nobody use it. So we will get to that. I hope you guys all have a great week, and as always, till next time, happy beading.